That's how humans work. We are opportunists. We are scavengers. So, you know what? Be an opportunist. Use this situation to advocate for the animal. Okay, just a quick little video here today as I'm heading out. Just need to run out for a quick thing or two, and I would usually try to make things into one trip, right now. Try to go out as seldom as possible, but fortunately I was out last night and couldn't get everything that I needed, but I got a couple things on my mind, so I wanted to kind of have a little car rant talk here with you today. This will be my first kind of car vlog. I keep seeing so many people things. This is something that's kind of pissing me off a little bit, if I'm being honest with you. We've got this coronavirus COVID-19 situation going on, and all I'm seeing from like so many vegans is conspiracy theory bullshit, talking about how this is a hoax, and talking about how this definitely didn't transmit from animals. This is not a zoonotic pandemic. And it's like, what the hell are you doing, people? This is the opportunity of a lifetime to advocate for the animals by explaining, like, hey, this is the kind of stuff that happens when you mass produce animals, living beings, on such a scale. And you know what, maybe it didn't originate in the wet markets of Wuhan, China. I don't know. And maybe there is something, but even if some aspects of these various conspiracies are true, it doesn't negate the fact that animal agriculture and exploiting animals is extremely detrimental to, obviously, the animals, the innocent lives, but also to the planet, to human health, to everything. Like, we know that there's going to be antibiotic resistance. It's already occurring. We know there's going to be, superbugs that are mutating as a result of standard farming practices. I mean, this is just a ridiculous missed opportunity by the people who would rather talk about, like, Bill Gates and 5G and how this is all a government hoax, so you have to put a mask on your face, which is so sickening. Like, stop making yourself the victim of this situation. I mean, it's unreal. It's bad enough if you think, like, this is all just inflated numbers, none of this is real, people aren't actually dying, because I haven't seen any of the bodies. Like, if you want to just deny it, okay, that's one thing, and you are certainly entitled to your belief, no matter whether I agree with you or not. But to use this opportunity to just advocate for humans and advocate for, like, anti-government shit, thinking that this is all just a hoax, instead of speaking up and using this time to speak for the animals, is such a missed opportunity, and it's just disgusting. It's disappointing. Like, it's extremely disappointing to see vegans, see people who I think are intelligent, animal liberationist type folks, instead using this situation to talk about themselves and make themselves the victim. You can be skeptical, and you can believe that there's some other shady shit going on, which undoubtedly there is. Like, someone is going to take advantage of this situation. Someone is going to try to use this to further their own agenda. That's how humans work. We are opportunists. We are scavengers. So, you know what? Be an opportunist. Use this situation to advocate for the animals. You can still hate Bill Gates. You can still hate vaccines. You can still hate chemtrails and 5G. Whatever. But don't make that your priority. Why is that your priority? Why isn't using this to expose zoonotic pandemics, superbugs, the mistreatment of animals, and how it all is tied together in one big circle of like death and destruction? Why not make that your priority? That's the most important thing right now. In the time that I've filmed this 5 minutes of video, millions of animals have been killed unnecessarily. So why would you spend all day, every day, posting about shit, watching videos, watching YouTube videos like that stupid plandemic thing by somebody who's been completely debunked and whatever? But hey, if you want to believe it, it's fine. Like, it's, in my opinion, it's dangerous to spread that stuff because, it's already been debunked. That person has already been denounced by the scientific community, and it distracts from the real issue. But look, if you want to like that, you want to watch that, you want to share it, I mean, obviously I can't stop you, and again, you're entitled to your own right of personal choice. But it's really, really, it's really disheartening to see vegans using this opportunity to talk about that kind of stuff and spread that the majority of their time. It's not like it's, I'm just making a post about it because I think this could be tied in. People are literally using this time to say nothing but this is a hoax, and here are all these conspiracies, and this zoonotic pandemic isn't real, and people aren't actually dying, and like using animals and exploiting them and breeding them on a mass scale actually doesn't harm anybody. Like, come on. Get your fucking priorities straight, people. Okay, I got somebody driving up on the sidewalk next to me here. That's awesome. Anyway, I am about to pull into the store that I'm going to here. And, gotta dodge through some rain to get into this store. So whatever, I'm gonna end this video here, but you know what, like, be skeptical. It's good to be skeptical. I absolutely believe that there are folks, there are institutions, there are organizations, there are governments that will try to take advantage of this situation. I have no doubt of that whatsoever. That's guaranteed happening. I don't think it was a plan. I don't think this was some kind of biological warfare that was, carried out by either China or the US or some kind of a genocide. I don't believe that. I think that we were not prepared for something like this. Maybe things are being inflated to instill fear. Maybe, I don't know. But the reality is none of us actually know that. I'm going to leave myself open to the belief that someone's taking advantage of this situation. Absolutely. That, but I think that a lot of times when things are being misrepresented, being misconstrued in the media, being whatever, it's really because of incompetence. Let's take the idea, the thought maybe that numbers are being inflated, reported deaths are being inflated artificially. I saw a copy of an email where, someone from the CDC, this was that physician in, I think it was Michigan or something like that, like who works for the state Senate, who, went on Fox News and said, oh yeah, they're telling us to inflate the numbers and stuff like that. If you read that email and what it says, hey, if somebody passes away, and even though if a test wasn't done, if it seems obvious that it was related to the COVID-19, then we should count that, right? I mean, that makes sense. It's not saying put everybody down as having died from COVID-19. So you've got people who are probably just too incompetent to understand an articulate email, and they're purporting that oh look, they're telling us to do this thing. They're telling us the government is out to get us, the CDC is out to get us. No, you're just too fucking stupid to understand the instructions and carry them out appropriately. And then you go on Fox News, where everybody is watching that is too fucking stupid to understand that you're an idiot. And so there you go. So anyway, I don't know. There's probably some truth in every conspiracy out there, because hey, just like with a lot of stereotypes, there's at least some truth, some baseline maybe that could be understood as like a pattern, right? But it doesn't mean that it's all just some hoax being perpetrated by the government to microchip us and like, yeah. It's funny when vegans are dealing with non-vegans and, let's say a non-vegan says something just really dumb but it's out of ignorance usually, right? So let's say that you're talking with people, you understand the subject matter, veganism, animal rights, whatever. You understand these things because you've done the research, you've spent years of your life living as a vegan, learning about all of the different things so that you can advocate for the animals, and then you hear something just completely moronic. You don't ever think to yourself in that moment, oh, well, this person said something really dumb and obviously didn't understand what I'm saying, so maybe I'm part of the problem. Maybe the information that I have, maybe being an expert on this subject matter isn't important because this person thinks I'm stupid or this person has understood it differently than me. We don't ever doubt ourselves or second guess ourselves. So why would we be doubting or second guessing the scientific community who says, hey, look, these are the facts and this is the way that it is? And why would we think that all of these people are in on some agenda together? Like every doctor, every nurse around the world in various countries, all with their own cultural beliefs, different systems, and different just very baseline ways of life, would all be in on this together. Do you have any idea how stupid you sound when you say that this is probably what's happening? I mean, you can't even get like 5 vegans in a room to agree on most things. And we're supposed to be the ones that are out here fighting for the animals. So, I mean, Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyway, I'm sitting here in the parking lot, apparently talking to myself from all these people who are looking at me like a weirdo. So I'm going to go, but please just use this opportunity to advocate for the animals. That should be our priority. If you have other thoughts, you have other beliefs, and you have other things you want to talk about, obviously you can do that. It's not like I only post about veganism on my social media or whatever. I also enjoy running. I enjoy many other things. But the priority should be to point out the detriments of exploiting animals, especially on a large scale, where you're going to get disease, you're going to get pollution, you're going to get human health problems, as well as obviously the suffering of animals. I've been talking for 12 minutes. I can't even imagine how many animals have been killed in this amount of time. For what? For nothing. So please just do your part. And when this is all over, whatever, think what you want, but just fight for the animals. Don't just be one of these like, oh, look, I'm vegan, but I'm thinking for myself, and trust me, I know the truth. And by sitting here talking about nothing ever about the animals, I'm definitely helping the animals. Because you're not. That's bullshit. You are just inflating your own ego, just like you think they're inflating the COVID-19 deaths in the reports. That's all I got.